Um, Today we're going to be going to Psalm 63. So go grab your Bible and open up to Psalm 63. This is one of my favorite psalms in the whole Bible. And I'm going to read through it all at once. That is Psalm 64. O God, you are my God. Earnestly I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh faints for you, as in a dry and weary land where there is no water. So I have looked upon you in the sanctuary, beholding your power and glory. Because your steadfast love is better than life, my lips will praise you. So I'll bless you as long as I live. In your name I will lift up my hands. My soul will be satisfied as with fat and rich food, and my mouth will praise you with joyful lips when I remember you upon my bed and meditate on you in the watches of the night. For you have been my help, and in the shadow of your wings I will sing for joy. My soul clings to you, and your right hand upholds me. Those who seek to destroy my life shall go down to the depths of the earth. They shall be given over to the power of the sword. They shall be a portion for jackals. But the king shall rejoice in God. All who swear by him shall exult, for the mouths of liars will be stopped. So God bless your word to our hearts today. Right. So this is another Psalm of David, and it says a Psalm of David when he was in the wilderness of Judah. And you can kind of get where he gets the artistic impetus for this poem. And he starts off with kind of a trio of words that I think are really, really interesting. First he says that he seeks God. Earnestly I seek you. Then he says that his soul thirsts for God. And then he says that his flesh faints for God. And I think that's it's just a beautiful progression. So looking is being aware of what's around, searching for something, looking, having your eyes open, thirsting, having the desire there. If you look for something, you don't have the desire there, then it's pretty useless. And then there's the recognition that if I don't get this thing, I'm going to die. My flesh faints for you. So there's this cool progression. He's seeking God, he's desiring God, and he's recognizing that if he doesn't find God, he's in real big trouble. And then, so before I go to the next part, I was just kind of thinking about the whole idea of seeking God and why God is hidden. Why God seems so hidden, and not just in the Bible, but in life, right? The hiddenness of God is called. And it's kind of a mystery to me too. I don't know all the reasons why God seems hidden from us, but I do know there's a promise that goes again and again and again in the Bible, and it goes like this, that God says that if we seek him with all of our heart, we will find him. And I don't know, maybe it's for people who aren't serious about seeking him. It's discouraging. Jesus has the same sort of idea with parables, and Isaiah also has the same idea, that for people who aren't really into it, it's kind of a narrowing, winnowing out the chaff sort of idea. So the hiddenness of God, if we search for him with all of our heart, we find him. Then he goes on in verses 2-4, and he describes worship. So I've looked upon you in the sanctuary, beholding your power and glory. Because your steadfast love is better than life, my lips will praise you. So I'll bless you as long as I live. In your name I lift up my hands. So it's kind of like this is the consummation of his search. He's looking for God. He's desiring God. He's yearning after God. He's fainting after God. And then, this is where I find God. This is how I enjoy God. This is what finding God looks like, right? It's like looking upon him in the sanctuary, beholding his power and glory, knowing him for who he is, and understanding that his love is better than life. And it results in praise. It results in blessing his name. It results in lifting up your hands. And after worship comes this awesome part where our souls are satisfied. My soul will be satisfied as with fat and rich food. And again, my mouth will praise you with joyful lips. So not only, like in this whole progression, he's searching, he's looking, he's desiring, he's understanding he's going to die without God. And when he finds God, he worships, and his soul is satisfied, right? So there's this progression, like looking for God, worshiping God, being satisfied. And the kind of satisfaction and true joy that will keep you up at night in wonder. I haven't had a whole lot of nights like that, but I have had some, and they're very, very cool experiences. Imagine how wonderful God must be to someone who would stay awake at night just pondering, wow, this is amazing. This is so good. And like that feeling that you have when you've eaten just enough and you're satisfied, God is even better than that. And then there's this beautiful verse, my soul clings to you, and your right hand upholds me. It's a picture of our relationship with God. We're not upholding anything. We are clinging to God, because without him we die. We're hanging on for dear life because he is our sustenance and he is our very ground of reality. Whereas God is the one who upholds us. He supports us. He directs our steps. And then David goes on with a few interesting verses to just reaffirm his trust in God. And he's reaffirming it in kind of a weird way that we wouldn't do it nowadays maybe. But he's saying, all the people who are against me, who are against God even, they will have their end. The time will come when there will be, all the mouths of liars will be shut. And David is looking forward to that day, longing for that day. He knows there's a kind of already not yet, even back here in the Old Testament, there's a future consummation to it. So my encouragement to you is, if you've been feeling apathetic recently in your walk with God, if you haven't been seeking God, if you haven't felt that satisfaction, then my hope is that this psalm is a gentle nudge from God, and these are God's words to you. Seek me and live. He says that elsewhere in the Bible as well. So I encourage you, do that. In his presence there is fullness of joy. And I was listening to a bad radio station recently. It wasn't a good song, but one of the lines kind of struck me as I was listening to it. It says, I didn't know I was starving until I tasted you. Now, it's a bad song, but the application is real for us. A lot of you don't know that you're starving. And especially for me, like until you taste the goodness of God, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed are those who trust in him. Until you taste God, you often don't realize that you're actually starving on the inside. Your soul is starving. So, seek God, find your satisfaction in God. Don't be apathetic about it. Enjoy him as well. And may God bless you and keep you and cause his face to shine on you and show you his grace and his peace.